Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors, your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad you're here this Tuesday morning. Hope everybody's wide awake, getting ready to get to work, and already halfway through the week, feels like, but tomorrow will be the hump day. The weather today is going to be nice. High of 82, low of 66, and water temperatures at 67. That's great all the way across the board. Let's take a look at our river readings. River's not doing much, just sort of sitting there, which some people just love it that way. Not a lot of movement up or down. We got Apalachicola Blunt's down at a 8.3. That's a little high for what our locals like at 8.3 on Apalachicola. The Choctawhatchee at a 4.5, and that's in pretty good shape right there. So both rivers are not having a lot of up and down movement right there. The tide chart brought to us by Kent, Forest Lawn Funeral Home and Cemetery. Their motto is when carrying counts. Looking at today's tides, we're looking at a high tide at 11:15 this morning, and a low tide this evening at 9:20. Today's April the 7th. You get a little bit of tidal movement, but look at the rest of the week. Some really strong tidal flow. So really good, exciting information there. Marine forecast is going to be blowing south about 10 to 15. That's been blowing the whole month of April, or the whole first week of April, but it did this last year, if you remember. We talked about the March wind all the time, but it started in late March, and the wind blowing, it just has not stopped. So just be aware of that, especially in small boats. I've seen a lot of small boats get out there and just get uncomfortable when trying to catch those Spanish, because just beat. And we went out this weekend, got some pictures to show you, but let's go and take a break, and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. We're going to get started on the pictures. I know this past weekend, over Easter weekend, a lot of folks went out. A lot of us have off Friday, so we went off Friday morning on Chip's boat. Took Chip and Jill and the two girls. We just wanted to get out and go. They were doing a passion play on Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday of St. Andrew Baptist, and they were all involved in it. In fact, they were just stayed busy with it, so we just didn't have a lot of time to fish. And I want to congratulate and thank St. Andrew Baptist Church for putting on just a tremendous passion play. Folks, you haven't seen it, they do it each year. Just a wonderful experience. And they check, people raise their hand the first time they come. Usually 80% of people first time. So it's been, it's great to have this in our community, the church that puts on something like this. It's an awesome experience. So hopefully next Easter maybe you can go to it. But let's get started on these pictures. This is Mackenzie on my left and Maddie on the right, and we got out there. It was rough, as you can see, but we didn't fish long. We only fished about an hour and a half and caught some nice Spanish, and actually realized we didn't have time to cook them. We just released them, we don't usually release Spanish, but I just we didn't have time to food with them because of the passion play and all, so we just released them. So had a great time. They were just smiling and laughing and giggling the whole time. So thank you, Chip, for driving us, and Gail for doing all the videoing, and I got to be the deckhand. Frog gigging, Tyler Dykes, Jenny Reynolds. Jenny, one of my former students, who went frog gigging the other night. That is a good mess of frogs. I know you had a good time. I'm not sure where they went, but that's a fun thing to do, like on a Friday night. Okay. Someone sent this to me. I didn't pick it up now. It was sent to me by a friend, a lady that works with me. If someone says you fish too much, just stop talking to them. You don't need that kind of negativity in your life. You always need to remember that one. All right, our next picture. We're going to get into some cobia. Got some nice cobia pictures. John Labenthal, a nice cobia there. All right. I just saw this at the hospital the other day. I don't really need a sign. I don't know about y'all. Please do not walk through the retention pond area. I'm not going to walk through a retention pond. I don't need a sign. This is local at the Gulf Coast Hospital here, and I just thought that was funny. Okay, let's look at Spanish mackerel. This is a little Chase Hart. Now look at that look on his face. He's proud. His dad, Bubba Hart, the Hart's Marine, and boy, is so proud. Speaking of being proud of having Hart's Marine come on as one of our new sponsors, and we're going to get Bubba to come on the show and give us his secrets on catching all these Spanish mackerel. But that's a good job right there, young Chase Hart. All right. Now this is a good story here. This is a freshwater gar coming over around. This is Neil Harvey. This is sent to Panama City fishing at the Tennell Bridge at the park over there, right at the foot of Tennell Bridge. a freshwater garden. Every now and then, you know, it's out of East Bay. You can see where the wind's coming from, but you can catch freshwater fish over there every now and then. Okay, just a picture of a bunch of squid. We haven't talked a lot about it, but they've had a good run of squid. Justin Brogdon has been catching on a regular basis, and he uses it a lot for bait. Excellent bait. You go any part of the boat in Panama City or along the Gulf Coast, that's the #1 bait they're going to use. Okay, this is at a Hog's Breath Saloon over in Destin. This is their 2015 cobia shootout. This is Sheena. What's neat about this, Sheena Hartsfield sent this picture. Jonathan Hartsfield. Some local boys won it. John Daniels, Cody Raphael. They got first place. That's a 79.5 pounder. Congratulations. This is the 15th annual year they're doing this, and our local boys won it. Congratulations, you guys. Okay. Next one. This is Crystal Raphael on her very first cobia. That's Clarence with her. Good job, Crystal. Okay, we're going to skip that one right there. Now, this one I want. Look, some of y'all got some T-tops laying around the house, stainless steel. Isn't that a great idea for a grill? I hadn't thought about that, but put that on your deck and you got a cover on it. If that's an expensive cover, but that's still a good idea. All right, Kim Purdue Ellisor with her son Shepard. Now that is a nice cobia. Kim's trying to drive, help Shepard hold it, and they're having a great time. You see it right offshore there. I know Kim's parents, Wayne and Martha Purdue, are real proud and tickled with that picture right there. And good job, Kim. All right, got a note here. This is a good picture. This is over here in Choctawhatchee Bay. Victor Hathcote has been really good about sending us some good email over there and good pictures. Okay, Victor talking about coach. Let's see, got it right here. Here it is. My fishing buddy, Terry Kendall, with a nice 24.5-inch trout he caught Saturday. We got a few rat reds and small trout. Those so-called 2 keeper trout. The trout are moving and setting a moving pattern and getting on the flats right now. Okay, I got a email. I'm on the list. Got it from FWC, and they caught some people unintentionally, Good Samaritan kind of people, releasing some gopher tortoise hatchlings into the Gulf of Mexico. And they just sent out a reminder to help everybody sort of recognize, and it would sort of be hard on a little on a big one. We all know what a gopher tortoise looks like as compared to a sea turtle, but when they're little, I think people have misconceptions, so they corrected them and saved the turtle. Gopher tortoises cannot swim. You throw them in a pond, they're going to sink right to the bottom. And so people had a good intention of doing that. So I've got a couple of pictures here just to remind everybody what a gopher tortoise looks like, or box turtle. They're going to be in the sand. They're going to go in the hole. The big thing, their feet, they have toes on them, okay? See right there, they have little toes on them, whereas a sea turtle, they have flippers. So just be aware of that, if you don't release a gopher tortoise into the Gulf of Mexico, all right? So, all right, we're going to go ahead. Let's go and take a break, and we'll be right back. Oh, welcome back. Glad you're with us this morning. 2 words of caution I just want to pass out just from my observation and seeing things. I was coming across the Lynn Haven Bridge headed towards Southport Saturday night right at sunset. And I usually look over to my left at sunset, but something to the right caught my eye over by the Porter Park. Just as you're coming up on the bridge, you look down, there were 3 or 4 kids out there swimming, young people swimming. They were not swimming close to shore. They were over there close to the Lynn Haven Bridge. And I'm thinking, that's just something you don't want to do. You don't want to swim around the bridge, any bridge, around darkness, okay? Those bridges attract a lot of sharks. I've seen some large sharks at the Lynn Haven Bridge. And I promise you that the East Point Bridge, at the Choctawhatchee Bay Bridge, especially, and they start feeding around dark. And so just don't do that. I didn't have a way to stop and tell those kids. I'm sure they didn't know any better. I'm sure it didn't even cross their mind. So be aware of that. The second thing I picked up on some conversation this past week, the kayakers, a lot of them some of them try to go through the pass, and it's extremely difficult to go through the pass with kayaks. That pass has just gotten, year after year, has gotten worse. I know you're not going to believe me when I tell you, in 1969, I had two friends, a male and female friend of mine. Actually, they were teaching swimming lessons at the state park, and during an hour and a half lunch, they challenged each other to swim across the jetties from the west jetty to the east jetty, swim across, stop there, catch their breath, and swim back. And they did it. Betty Ann Walkup and the late Will McRaney, they did that. And that would be suicidal now. But that shows you how much difference the traffic has, and they were good swimmers too. But the traffic now is just terrible. So you don't want to be in a kayak and go out there. You have all kinds, because what happened to these two kayakers Saturday, they got caught. They were not able to handle it real well, and got caught in the wakes of all those big boats, and they were getting slammed up against the rocks, and they were really finally. And a lot of people, especially tourists and all, that just don't know any better, have these rental boats and just run right through there and get up close to them, don't even realize it's a danger. So if you're kayaking and you have to go out the pass, the best thing to do is just if you want to go out in the Gulf, just launch it in the Gulf itself. Just go to the state park or any of these beach outlets and just roll it down there and launch from there. But try to stay away from jetties. And that goes also for small boats. We were out there Spanish mackerel fishing, and there was like a little carter craft boat out there. It's been pretty rough, so just be careful and do wear your life jackets if you're in small boats, and have kids have them on. So just a word of caution to our viewers. Now, got this video coming up, and I'll be honest with you, my mother's been really sick lately, and she's been in the hospital over a week now, and and that's one of the sadness things of just getting old and sick and all. And she's doing okay, but you sit in the hospital a lot, you flash back to growing up and all. I can remember how much she loved to cook, and that's one of the heartbreaking things when you're not, someone like that's not able to cook anymore. And this video is one of the last things she cooked for us. But as a kid growing up, I can remember in spring and summer we would eat fish and hush puppies, fresh fish, and Mom would make some hush puppies. And then during the fall we'd eat a lot of dove, the dove shoots. We'd fry those up, and then of course winter would be squirrel and deer, and it seemed like all that was fried. And of course we ate some chicken and other stuff in between it. But that was our game and fish way going. But Mom always made the best hush puppies. So we got 4 years ago. We got her to make some hush puppies. I wanted to video it, so this is one of the. It was the last time she actually made hush puppies. Hopefully, probably not. She won't be awake this morning, but I wanted to give this as a tribute to Mom, because she just loved to cook for her family. And this past Easter was the first Easter in our lifetime that she wasn't able to be with her family, some of her extended family. So this is for her mom. And now listen, this is what she did. She just has a special mixture, like a lot of you old timers back in those days, special, a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So I think you'll enjoy this let's go and roll this, Jeff. Okay, now we're here today. We're going to make some of the best hush puppies in the world. My mom makes the hush puppies, and everybody's crazy about them. I've always wanted to film her doing it, so she's going to show Whitney how she makes hush puppies. So Mama, what's the first thing you do?
Put the meal in there, and then the flour.
All right, put the meal in there. All right, first thing is putting the meal. And this is an old family recipe. You watching, Whitney? Mm-hmm. All right. That was some Dixie Lily.
This is flour.
All right, now we're going to do some flour. All right.
I sift it.
How much you put in there?
About a cup. Oh. Cup full of each.
All right, cup full of each, all right? And then we're going to sift it. All right. Don't worry about making a mess. Ready, you want to do that for us? Sure. Yeah, we can do that. Got it all sifted. All right, now what do you do?
Do it like this. Do your hands in it like this. That's right.
Your hands like you're playing. You like that?
Yeah. Alright.
All right, now.
Put the onions.
All right, we're gonna get
Onions.
got onions right here. They put all them in there.
You need a spoon.
All right, need a spoon.
Alright.
All right, then you just stir them up.
Alright.
All right, what's the next thing you do now?
Put the salt in it.
Put a little bit of salt. Okay, just a little bit.
Just a,
All right. All right, and then you stir it up some more. You know. All right. All right. Now, what's the next thing you do?
put the buttermilk in it.
I'll go ahead and put it. Go ahead. How much you put in?
I just think you need it.
Okay, go ahead. All right. About that much
Mix
in
it up?
Yep. All right, we're just gonna mix it up good. Get a good texture on it. Need some homemade hush puppies. Mama calls them doughboys. I'm gonna add a little bit more for the texture.
Go ahead and put the egg in it now.
The egg? Okay.
All right. All right, the egg goes next. You gotta crack it now. One egg.
Stir it.
All right. Stir it up good. That egg came out of the yard, didn't it? That's the yard, yard egg.
Our chicken eggs.
Your own chicken laid that egg. They're starting to look good.
That's it.
Right?
All right.
Now?
That's it.
All right, that's all it. All right, this is Mama's hush puppies. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that. It certainly was fun to do, and that's something I sure do miss. So that's just part of how things go. Let's take a look at our fish and game forecast. It's listed for today. We're brought to us by Mark. I'm gonna just hold up Mark Coward of Edgewater Beach Realty. Our times are two times at 2:51 to 4:51 this morning. But this afternoon now, it's moved on into the middle of the afternoon. We're looking at 3:15 to 5:15. So right in here, middle afternoon. That's a lot of times. It gets a little windy then, especially this time of year, but it's a good time to go. Okay, I got a couple of emails. Let me catch up on it. He said, hey, Coach, my name was drawn on Panhandle Outdoors Friday for the gift certificate, and just wanted to let you know how much I appreciate it. We plan a red snapper Lucy tomorrow night. We still look forward to seeing the program each day. Mary Kirkland from Lynn Haven, thank you so much for watching the show. I'm glad you won that big old red snapper from Tarpon Dock Seafood. Okay, this is right here from Rick Barron. Hey, good morning, Coach. Just wanted to let you know, and we're going to pass it on to y'all, that I went to White City, and the water temperature was 70 degrees. There's also 70 in Lake Wimico and 71 in Depot Creek. Caught a bunch of bass, but none worth bragging about. Thanks for the Panhandle Outdoors window sticker, Rick Barron. So y'all keep us informed. A lot of times, just on a little side trip and all, send us an email. We'll pass that on. It's interesting in Depot Creek, just a little bit warmer than Lake Wimico. And but I've heard some good reports from Wimico. A lot of folks are catching some nice ones now. All right, let's mention this Blue Water tent sale. We're really pushing it this week. It's a big deal. This is not an exaggeration at 60% off. It's all kind of a really good sales. I can promise you, and I certainly want to encourage you to go. Walter Green, the ladies' dress shop over there, has some really cool stuff. And you know, we're not joking about it, making a his and her trip. Just as a couple go down there, and it's going to be, you know, both of y'all can find something, and everybody be happy. And I tell you, a great way to spend a Saturday if you get off the water and all you guys, if you just take your wife out to a breakfast, or either go to a tent sale and then swing, or you take her to lunch and then swing through the Highway 65, those wildflowers, and look at them this time of year. You're going to spend a half a day doing that, but what a great experience. Take your time, or even take a picnic and stop at some of the picnic areas. And one of the most beautiful drives you're ever going. I promise you, this weekend there'll be folks coming from Apalachicola on that drive. They'll be coming from Tallahassee, and they'll be coming from Gainesville just to drive on Highway 65. Look at those wildflowers. I just get fascinated each year, and only about 1% of our population goes there, and just misses a lot of us. I want to pass that on to you. Okay. Well, we're about to run out of time. I was going to start some other things too. So the rest of this week, got some good shows lined up. And don't forget now, if you catch some fish and all, send me a picture, and we'll put it on the show. And a lot of people enjoy watching those pictures, watching the kids catch those fish and all. And there's some really, we've had a good weekend. I'll tell you what we're missing. I was thinking about this last night. I'm not seeing a lot of gobbler pictures. We're not getting a lot of spring gobblers like we did last year. I just had anticipated a little bit more. But the cobia will come in, a good strong cobia. The Spanish run is going strong. Pompano, just got word last night. They're really catching a nice pompano now around Cape San Blas. A couple of people limited out on them, so that's a good sign. Okay. Now, don't forget the tent sale too, and support Blue Water Outriggers in their endeavors. Let's wrap things up as always. And if you get a chance, go fish off the pier. A lot of times, I used to do that at the end of work, just run out there for a couple of hours and fish, so you'll be rewarded. Y'all have a great day. Do something good for your fellow man. Have a wonderful day, and God bless.
Thanks for joining us for Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors features hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.